Oh! Whenever you're ready. There, that'll do it. There you go. All right, the butcher shop is just down the road there. I'll have a half pound of lamb, Australia Day lamb. Thank you, Marcus. How are you today?
Good, Chris. How are you?
I'm good, doing all right. I'm back on this side of the foyer, the beautiful foyer of Alex Theatre. I love doing most things live these days, even if I butcher them, and that's what we do. Not Marcus over there, he's right on. I'm just a little bit there. So what goes on is what we did then was a little bit of a segmentation of the classic Hot for Teacher by Van Halen. And that particular beat I explained last year with the tribute to Dear Eddie and all that. And Marcus and I actually contributed a little bit to that tune.
Yes.
Yes, we did. And what happens is that, in a loose kind of way, comes from what Alex Van Halen, I'm actually going back over what I did last year. I'll actually put that up if you want, so you can go back and have a look. But what that is essentially a boogaloo pattern, as Billy Cobham would call it. And I lead it off on the left. So I've got that. Now, the reason why Marcus and I chose that one is because around about this time last year, this awful COVID thing started up. And then what Marcus and I have been doing has been starting to do clips together and all that. And this was one of our first ones, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What did you think about it when you first did?
Well, it was kind of, it wasn't nerve-wracking, but it was just stretching my brain really to come up with something a little bit outside my own comfort zone, even though it was familiar type of Van Halen beat, if you will.
Yeah.
But just to come up with something on the fly, and I think it may have been a one-take thing I did, but certainly worked out anyway.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. I did a little bit of xenochrony too, didn't I? Do you remember that term?
Yes, I do. I do indeed.
Oh, we got the Jew. Thank you. Who's the straight man here? Anyway, so what happens is that what I did was I took Marcus's bit and I did the Frank Zappa thing to it, the shut up and play your guitar business, where he would overlay a manic guitar solo over the top of a beat from either Vinnie Colaiuta or Terry Bozzio or Chad Wackerman and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we've got there. Now with this, the left foot. So, first time I properly heard that myself was off of Billy Cobham's Spectrum album from 1973, his first solo effort. And it was a little duet he did with Jan Hammer. Do you remember Jan Hammer?
I do remember Jan.
With Jeff Beck and all that. And you could hear him in the background saying, "What time signature is it in again?" And in the background again, 6, it's in 6. Like, everything you want. And in those days, there was a great comedy film with Gene Wilder in it. It was a Woody Allen film, and it was everything you wanted to know about sex, right? And there's this incredible bit with Gene Wilder. This is actually pre-Young Frankenstein. And you just got this, everything you wanted to know about sex. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do you want to join in real quick and we'll move in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go, well done. There you are. Now, that's a boogaloo beat, right? Now, one of the things that this is essentially, like a sort of a half-assed teaching show, sort of thing with a few gags thrown in, hopefully. And I have it on good authority that Bernie Sanders loves that song.
He's most impressed by that.
Yeah. I mean, we can Photoshop head banging to an old Van Halen gig, yeah? Bernie back in the day.
With his lovely mittens as well.
And the mitts. Anyways, that's what we've got. Now, what happens is that with a boogaloo pattern, I'm going to reference Steve Smith, the very famous drummer from Journey and his jazz fusion band, Vital Information and all that. And one of the things that he was big on was a left start on various things because it gives you a little bit of a bounce, right? Alex Van Halen was big on this as well. So if I'm just going to do the left foot, there it is there, right foot in. Now I'm doing Tim Alexander Primus there. I think that's Professor Nutbutter from Tales from the Punch Bowl. I wasn't going to do that. I should write a script one day anyway. But it's like, what's that? Tales from the first track. Hear the flaming bass drum. Can I have a little bit of a gent, debonair gent, gent. Professor Nutbutter. Do you remember?
I'm not going there.
We were going down that way, but there's Les Claypool, right?
Yeah.
Professor Nutbutter. You got to get Professor Nutbutter.
Professor Nutbutter.
Hello over there. We're live, and that's great. The set's getting bombed. Fantastic. That's what we do. Professor Nutbutter. That's what happens, you see. You get that kind of... You got the left foot. Right? Oh, I've lost my little cymbal magnets. Did they fly away? Oh, there they are. There's one. Anyway, back to a normal splash.
No.
I liked the most expensive piece of tin sound last week. It just went doink, doink. I love that. Anyway, so what we're talking about is a little bit of double bass drum, and then whipping in the right foot. There it is there, and that's what you have. Now, that's that little part there. But now I'm going to throw to Markus now. And Markus, we started off a little bit hot for teacherly. Yes. And you've got something happening just at the minute, haven't you? Tell us all about it.
Yes.
Go.
I do have a Van Halen tribute, which I'm a part of with a very extremely talented bunch of gentlemen out there.
Gent. How do you spell that?
Gent.
DJ.
DJENT men.
That's our band. Don't let them pinch you. But anyway, go.
Can I name names?
Yeah, go.
Thank you. Featuring Mr. Tony Fowler on drums, Mr. Daniel Linders on bass and vocals, and the one and only Michael Gonthier on guitars and backing vocals, and yours truly on vocals.
Hey! There you go. What's some of the tunes? You're going to do all the classics, but there's going to be a couple of little obscure ones.
Yeah, there were a couple of little fan favourites, I think. Majority the big ones, but there's going to be some off the first album, which I don't think many people might know in the wider population. You've got, well, the first album's got You Really Got Me and all that stuff. Oh. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Girl, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. Got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me.
He always has to have the last word. Oh, really? That was totally unrehearsed, by the way. I was just using that as a reference. But what's the obscure one on that album?
There's a song called Ice Cream Man. It's an
Ice
old-
Cream Man.
I can't remember who the original artist was, but some blues guy back in the day. And David Lee Roth actually played the acoustic guitar on this track. And,
Oh, wow.
And then all hell breaks loose when Eddie comes in.
That's a little bit of a cut-timey kind of thing, isn't it? Is it
It's
not?
similar to Hot for Teacher. It's got like a little bit of a boogie type of thing.
Did you want to change to acoustic for that while I talk about that with... I'll just do a little brushy thing. Like,
Excuse me for a moment.
it's about that tempo, isn't it?
I'll show you.
He'll show me. Anyway, if it's a cut time kind of thing with brushes, I was just doing this the other week. So you got... Ready, Steve? Uh-huh. Andy? Oh, yeah. All right, fellas. Let's go. You stop. More a 4. I'm doing a 4 on that, but. Something like that.
Yes.
I last heard Ice Cream Man. I've told Marcus this story, but I didn't ever need to buy the early albums of Van Halen because my ex-brother-in-laws,
Bros-in-laws.
you need a licence for your filthy minky. For the law, my brother-in-law. And what I was relaying to Marcus just before was I'd go over to the in-laws' place, to Mama Gina, the Sicilian Mama. Oh, hello, everyone. Are you joining us? We're live at the moment, actually. So, hey, I'm doing my mother-in-law story at the moment. So there it is. Bye, Chantel. There you go. And Susie, there you go. Thank you. And what it is, I went to my brother-in-law, and they had the pet minky. No, they didn't have a pet minky. But what it is, I'm working off my pink pants of routine last week with Marky. But what it is you go in and you'd hear this kind of... Everyone's got to jump! And like Charlie would open up the door and be... that kind of thing. It was just open the door, close the door, and it was like Van Halen in the bedroom, full pelt sort of thing. And the door closing up and it'd be whoosh car. And then you go, Charlie, you know, that kind of thing. What you, presto, Charlie. All this sort of business. Anyway, that's my story with Van Halen. So when's your, what's going to happen? Tell me, you're gigging soon, yes?
Debut gig February 27th at Musicland.
Musicland, okay, well done.
And we will be playing with the Motley Crue tribute that night as well.
Motley Crue tribute, okay. And so, well, lots of dress-ups with that, isn't there not?
I believe so, yes.
There you go. And that's right, it's a big night for that kind of ting. There you go. Now, so there's that. We'll put that in abeyance because we're going to come back to probably a little bit of that later on. But I am going to talk about your new album,
Yes.
Puzzle Pieces.
Yes.
And during lockdown last year, Marcus and I have been did a lot of things together. We went very Nordic, didn't we?
Yes.
With Michelle and Andrew, Michelle Kay and Andrew Marshall with his time lapse. And Andrew, you've got we've got to do it again because you've got the Viking beard now happening and all that. And there you go. And we just mentioned the La Sens, it's the Filthy Minky again, Mark. It's the Minky. Do you know Marcus?
Yes. How are you, Mr. Mark? Pleasure.
Good afternoon.
Good
There
afternoon,
you
good
go.
sir.
Damn sexy there.
Fine specimen yourself.
That's what I call a cutaway.
That's a beautiful. That's Mr. King's Cutaway.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to start up a Monkeys tribute band.
It's a honkers special.
Yes, Porpoise Song and Last Train to Clarksville. And anyway, we're going to catch up later, I think, yeah? Maybe.
Hold that thought.
So what goes on is that, where the hell was I? Oh, yes. We were doing the Nordic adventures and all this sort of business and making it a whole thing. And as well as that, Marcus, you were doing your album.
I was indeed, yes.
And am I right in, I'm verbaling you, but am I right in saying it didn't start out that way, but it ended that way in a kind of a way?
Spot on.
Am I spot on?
Spot on. Just started off as a few songs with our good friend Reggie Bowman down in his studio.
Yeah,
If
Reggie.
you're watching Reggie.
There you go.
And then when first lockdown 1.0, I believe it was, that started, then another song came. And then lockdown 2.0, I think the rest of the album came.
There you go. And there you have it. So what are we going to play? You've got a gig coming up tomorrow week.
Yes, Saturday week, 30th of January at the Bergie Seltzer. Bergie Seltzer.
Yeah, that's... no, I'm not going to do a joke about Alka-Seltzer, but...
I was going to do something about Allenberg.
But what would you like to play us a track? Because you're doing an unplugged kind of a thing at the Bergie Seltzer.
I am indeed, with a little help from my friends as well.
Right, okay. And what would you like to play?
Going to play a song called Last Night on Earth.
Beautiful.
Would you like to join me?
No, I'm gonna hang out. I'm just gonna sit back.
Okay.
No, I'll just mark you. That's all right.
On the AMEB index?
Oh no, I was in it with the other mob. I survived. Do you want me to jump in? But I'll probably butcher it.
I'll probably butcher it myself.
All right, let's butcher it together.
Okay.
Then we'll see how we go. Off you go. I'm just going to jam on it though. You know that.
I know that.
Okay. Every mistake, I mean.
Good.
Off we go.
On the edge, the sky without lines, and the stars, how they adorn it. You were smiling at me. I could see your butterflies on the edge. You and I belong to each other without even touch. But you became an imaginary lover that I truly can have. It feels like heaven's gone without you here with me. This is the last night on earth, and I want the fireflies tonight. In my own
the imagination, I held you in my arms so strong. We made love underneath the stars, but it's only my fantasy. It feels like heaven's gone without you here with me. This is the last night on earth, and I want the fireflies tonight. On that edge, you introduced me to something that I never knew. Fireflies and all the stars tonight. How I wish it weren't just a dream, yeah. It feels like heaven's gone without you here with me. This is the last night on earth. This is the last night on earth. And I want the fireflies tonight. And I want the fireflies tonight. I want the fireflies tonight. We did not rehearse that at all.
Thank you.
Anyway, that was beautiful. Thank you so much for that. What a great tune.
Thank you.
There you are. Fantastic. All right. Wow. So, puzzle pieces. Do the plug.
Puzzle pieces available on all good online stores.
There you are.
iTunes, Spotify, Bandcamp, etc., etc.
You have to say it like that.
Bandcamp.
I like it like that. Bandcamp. Sorry. Swallow the microphone, Chris, why don't you? Anyway, so that's fantastic. There you go. And I'm honoured to be on one of them, chances are, that we did very early in the piece, I think. Is that right?
Yep, before lockdown.
There you go. So there it is there. And one of the things I loved about that track, we're not going to do it, we'll leave that for buy the thing, please. Commerce. Commerce sort of thing. I can work with free, but some other people, they don't work for free. I'm not going to get on my high horse. That's over there tonight. I'm on the other side of the room, back to where I started, Shag 'em alone on the piano and shit. Anyway, what it is chances are that's one of the wonderful tracks where the incredible, the lead break that I thought, well, I'll just follow you. That kind of thing. Now, because this is essentially an educational show, what happens is that that's one little tip, especially with proggy stuff and things like that. Keep an ear out, follow the melody. I mean, one of my favourite drummers is Keith Moon, who is a certifiable madman and all that, but the drums kept him going and all that. But you'd see him singing along with Roger during the crazy bits, Young Man Blues and all that sort of stuff. And then, like when Pete was doing the windmills, that was his thing to go crazy. But when you'd see him hunker down, chunk, 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 chunk. And he'd go for a walk on the pedals, like, that kind of thing there. So brilliant, good old Keith Moon for that.
I rewatched the classic albums of The Who last weekend.
Oh, tell me about that.
And that was fantastic. And they did focus on Keith on a couple of his songs as well. And what was it called? Going Mobile, I think.
Oh, yeah, off the Who's next album.
Yeah. And they just focused or soloed his drum tracks. They were amazing. And
Yeah.
goes to exactly what you're talking about, kind of following either the guitar in that case or following the vocal.
Yep, that's it. You know, just follow the melody. I really first got that. I mean, I've been listening to The Who, but I didn't get it because I was a kid. But the very first song that I really said, he's doing the melody, was Barrymore Barlow with Jethro Tull, Velvet Green, Songs from the Wood album, 1977. It was like a revelation. And then I went back and went, so's he. Oh, that's what's going on. You see? So follow the melody, be melodic with whatever you do. Last week I did that. You're keeping a theme like ooh, 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 you know, that kind of thing, and then you're doing things, you know. And I was sort of quoting, well, I was sort of just saying, go and have a listen to Danny Carey a second time, and all that, and you'd start to see some of the polymetric stuff and all that, and that actually throws me to something that we did last year with the first lockdown things, where what we were doing, we're just having jamming, we put it together and away we go. So there was this beautiful crew that we've got. There's Marcus, there's Michelle, there's Andrew, there's the remotes. Hello boys, hope to catch up soon. And we've got the One Take Charlies with Scott and all that, the Whatnots with Ron, all their stuff. And what it is, one of the things that I did when it really got serious, I mean, it's still serious, don't get us wrong, but I did that. Do you remember I did that thing where I just said, here's a few grooves. I welcome anyone to put stuff on. And you like the Zebekiko?
Yes.
Okay. And what it is, it's a Greek beat. It's Greek. And it's in 9/4. But what happens, I'm going to demonstrate it again. Some of the regular watchers of the show might remember. It's one of my favourite beats. But what it is when you're subdividing things like that and being melodic, I'm trying to keep a thread through the whole thing here. What happens is that a Zebekiko is 9/4, but you don't really count to 9. You've got one bar of 4/4 and then one bar of 5/4. But what it really is if I'm going to go down the track of it, just to teach it one more time, you do that really twice. So it's really just 2 bars of a 4/4 phrase. But then you add another at the end. And that's where the dudes, it's a dance for men, I think is what I said last year. I think I said it the same way too. It's a dance for men. There you go. Men. Manly men. Anyway, so what happens? You get this 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. And then Marcus came in super heavy at some point, yeah? And there you go. You gave it a name. Did you give it a name? Was that the goat one?
No, that was another one, which
Was
is
that
called Goat.
Goat, okay.
It was only because I'd just recently watched the Netflix doco, The Last Dance, on the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay, yeah, greatest of all time kind. I got caught. Why is it called Goat? That kind of thing. But I believe there was something about Shostakovich in there too, wasn't there?
Yes, there was.
The Shostakovich notes. Dmitri Shostakovich, famous Russian composer, and his son during a piano lesson, Papa, did you know that these notes here spell the initials of your name in Russian? And it's D, E flat, C, and B, I think is what it was.
Yes.
I mean, that's what it is, but that's what you did as well, yeah? Would you like to just play it? You just play what you did.
Okay.
You haven't done this in a year. That's also the Viking one that we did, sort of thing, with the waves crashing over. Anyway, but so I'll just start doing it. And you jam on it. So this is, I think this is the first time we've ever played it like together.
Yes, it is.
Sort of thing.
Not maybe 25 kilometres apart.
Yes, with little video clips getting thrown in between and all that. So I'll just start it off, yeah. Do you like Greek beats, Mark Entwistle? The Greek. Do you have your filthy minky dancing the Greek beats with the ouzo?
Nothing gets me up quicker than Zorba.
How about the Zabeki core? I'll start playing. I love that last note. Oh, there you go. We're still filming. Yes. So what's going on is I went into a kind of a, I nearly stumped the guitarist there. I think I sort of went to a little impromptu kind of, because when you've just got that beat, then you try and orchestrate it. Bum, 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 something like that. So what you can start to do is sort of build it up and get a few different things going. So that's a Sabekiko beat. That's what that is there. I'll do it again for you. It's just like 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5. One little thing with a hi-hat is that if you were to bring that in, when you're doing 2 taps with the hi-hat, and if you keep your heel down, you can get that splash hat thing that I was talking about, or I've been talking about the last couple of Facechookeries. And what happens then is that you can actually do this. I'll show you. This is the bass drum. Okay, I'll do the same thing with the hi-hat, but listen to the splash. Hello! You can do that. So if you're doing 2 in a row, like that, you'll get that kind of, I'll do it both feet together. Get it? Got it? Good. Danny Kaye, Court Jester, 1957. Get it? Got it. Good. Anyway, I've lost track of time. What is the time? Oh, I'm already over. Okay. Oh, bloody Simon Barnett's going to pinch my first beer like last week. Oh, the card's over there as well. If I thought the set would get bombed, so I thought I'd put it over there for you. All right. We've had such a good time. We're going overboard with the overtime. And what I want to do now is throw it over to Markus, because you've got another acoustic to do from the album, yeah?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what is this one going to be?
I was undecided, but I thought I might do the first single off it, Puzzle Pieces.
Puzzle Pieces?
Yes.
Do you want me to do some undecided drumming underneath?
That would be fabulous.
Really?
Yes.
How many mistakes do you want in 30 seconds?
All the mistakes.
All of them. Put them all in. Mamma Mia.
Now, this was one of the rare songs on this album where the time or the meter was all over the shop.
Oh, so I can play all over the shop as well?
Very much.
Danny Carey, here we come. Danny Carey plays for Frank Zappa. We'll play. I have no clue what I'm going to play here. Are you sure? I think I should sit out.
Totally up to you.
I'll sit out. I'll be the debonair gent.
It's there, right in front of you. You can sense it, but you can't reach. So close, yet so far away. Always fall short out of your grasp. Just let your ego go and be free. Just go with the flow. You're always searching for your inner peace. But you will never find your missing you will never see unless you change belief. Like water now, only then you'll be free. You're always searching for your inner peace, but you will never find your missing part to
I did say I'd sit out, didn't I? I got excited. There was a bit in the middle I had to cover myself. You could probably hear that. Oh, I thought he was going to finish then. Oh, no, I'll make it just my fill-in. I'll do it again later. Oh, I meant it. Oh, I meant it.
I told you it was all over the shop.
It was all over the shop. We told you. We warned you. Totally unrehearsed.
You're warned.
Off the cuff.
In large portions.
I knew you'd get that in. Halen Pace, 1993. Is that where it was?
Yes.
Large portion. I have to wrap the show up. Oh, we're going a full 15 minutes over. Now, my wonderful guest tonight is the wonderful dear mate for many, many years, Markus Saastamoinen.
Thank you.
From the throngs, the masses behind us there, all that sort of stuff.
Well, for one horse at least.
And what we have, I hope you enjoyed what we did tonight. This is the kind of show where I try to explain things, and with everything we have gone through over the last 12 months, the Alex Theatre is such a wonderful place, trying to do so much. I'm back on this side of this beautiful room. Before me, there was a beautiful choir. It was a kind of a hard knock kind of thing. Although my friend Jonathan Welch with former school, it was a choir thing that was here with the beautiful grand piano. And the Alex Theatre is just stuff happening there. You saw the set get bombed yet again. The camaraderie is beautiful, and what it is we throw jokes at each other, we jam together, we work things out, and we put it out there, and bit by bit we're trying to pull in as many people as we can, as we're allowed. So hats off to the Alex Theatre for letting us do our shenanigans here. Thank you to Markus for letting me do my drumming shenanigans, and to your guitaring.
Thank you.
And all that.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I hope it's going to happen again very, very soon. I feel like I'm I'll see you again very, very... Who did that? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I better wrap it up. Markus has a gig at the Bergie Salsa tomorrow week. Please go along. Seats are limited, all that sort of business. It is an irony, isn't it, that you get 20 people to a gig, and once upon a time it was like, oh, geez, I hope we could have got a bit more. And this time it's sold out, that kind of thing. So it's a very strange conundrum. The irony, I tells you, that kind of biz when we talk about stuff like that, but I'm not going to get serious about that stuff. But what it is go to that, buy the album, Puzzle Pieces, it's commerce sort of thing, and away you go with that. And my name is Chris Quinlan. This is Melbourne Musos Facechook live from the Alex Theatre, and I hope you enjoyed what we did. Don't worry, I'm going to have a 4-camera shoot up tomorrow, and this is almost like a 2-parter now, as far as Dear Channel 31 and community working all together, all that stuff. And
sounds like it's Ben-Hur.
Ben-Hur, bigger than Ben-Hur. Anyway, Charlton Heston, here we go. And what? Ben who? Her. Why is it? Well, there's Ben him. Anyway, there you go. And, oh, God, that was lame. Anyway, so what it is it'll be up on Channel 31 in a week or two, and we see how we go there. But it's going to be up on Facechookeries tomorrow, and then on YouTube's and all sorts of business. So, shall we take it out? What would you like to play? You can play anything you want. And we might as well take it out.
Yes, indeed.
With something, all that sort of stuff. Oh, I don't know. What would you like me to play?
Follow me.
Oh, here we go. Another butchery. live version. Ooh! Oh! That were two of the best endings I've ever heard.
At this moment.
If you want to hear, I know I put fill-ins into Immigrant Song that's not usually there on the album track, but I've got a bootleg from 1971 called Ball Crusher. And you want to hear John Bonham in a club. That was the one where they did the secret club tour.
Ah, yes.
Didn't name themselves.
Beards,
Yes, and all that stuff. And they just sort of walked in and everyone went, oh my God. And so they were exploding then. So that's why. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. I love you all. We're out of here. Hey. Oh, my usual thing. And again, Markus Saastamoinen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll have this up for you tomorrow. So don't fret if the sound's a bit whatever, but I hope it's okay. Anyway, take care. I'm out of here. Oh!
Bye bye.
Oh,